Hello everyone, let's get started. I've been asked by a few followers of mine if I couldn't produce another video, and then I have been checking for interesting subjects, and I will cover two topics of the requested subjects in this short video. One is liquidity, and the other one is to try to explain a cell wall. The picture you can see here is the Grand Dixence Dam in Switzerland, high up in the mountains. I think it's above 2,000 meters above sea. The wall itself is, I think, in the top 5 of the highest dams in the world. It's 285 meters tall. Okay. Now, when we talk about liquidity, this is actually a bit difficult to explain. So don't get me literally, just try to understand the sentiment at hand. Let's imagine behind that dam is our XRP supply. Now, let's imagine we want to fill 5,000 cups of water. For the 5,000 cups, an outlet like that would be totally sufficient. Okay? Now, if you want to fill your bathtub, you wanna certainly have some more power. A bigger outlet needs to be. Now imagine you need to fill a swimming pool 50 meters tall, long, 25 meters wide. Then you want to go with something like that. Massive amount of water. That would even be sufficient to fill a small lake. Now, each of these outlets, the size of the outlets, you could imagine being the price of XRP. And the vessel or I don't know if it's called vessel, the thing you want to fill with water is the actual value of the transaction. And so it's kind of obvious that by using this one, and you need to fill a swimming pool, it'll be a never-ending story. You will want to have that outlet because it needs to go fast. You don't have like 3 days time. Okay. So that's about my perspective of liquidity. Basically, there is two perspectives or aspects of liquidity. One is the huge supply or a high price. Now, I have been reasoning in other videos kind of against others people's reasoning that I think the supply isn't that big as we think. I think some people talk about 11 billion is circulating supply. My belief, we have maximum a daily circulating supply of about roughly 2 billion, maybe even less. And because we all want to make a profit, we don't just buy and sell 5 minutes later. We always wanna make a profit on that, and that is basically what will keep supply kind of short. Then there is the other topic of the speed of XRP. Some people won't go away from their argument that one XRP could be used, I think, 28,000 or more times per day. Technically, that's correct, but the next rapid transaction, the negotiation of the price, of the path, of the intermediaries, the whole path, that can take up to 2 minutes. So basically, in those 2 minutes, the XRP negotiated is kind of parked, if you want, so which will bring us down to about 720 uses as per one XRP maximum per day. So that reduces the supply also totally. So now we know we have two measures where we can adjust liquidity. One is the immediate available supply or increase the price. And I strongly believe that because we cannot influence the availability, the supply, the other characteristic or attribute will be changed, the price. And even though no one from Ripple has actually confirmed that, I will post a few links to some tweets from David Schwartz where he basically implies exactly what I'm telling, that low value, high volume is totally possible right now, but for high value the current price is basically unacceptable. Now I leave it up to you to decide what's low volume. I have done a calculation for a low value up to $10,000. High value transaction might go up to 100 million or more. And with that, I basically let you go and figure your price ideas yourself. There has been an argument by someone that at 10,000 this might be like an inflation and that there may not be that much money liquid available because we holders, the retail holders, will have to be cashed out or paid out by that amount of money until the banks are actually allowed to hold XRP themselves. For that argument, I think it'll work like that the price increase will maybe come in 2 or 3 steps. First step maybe, I don't know, up to 10, let's say below $100 somewhere. Then like 90% of the or 70% of the small amount XRP holders will sell. They will be happy already. Only the ones who did do really investigation around XRP, how high it can actually go, they will hold. Then there may be another jump to, I don't know, some $500, and then eventually I think we will go to the values I'm thinking which are really needed in order to be able to provide the required liquidity. Could well be that it's after all in one step, but if there is fear on people maintaining that system, it could be that it's really performed in 2 or 3 steps. Now regarding cell walls, I read the definition I have found on a website and it reads like that: cell walls are essentially created by large blocks of sell orders at a specific price. The wall is created to prevent sell orders from executing at a higher price than the price set for the wall. This will cause a downward price pressure on a given asset. So basically, by doing that, when you take both a buy and a sell wall, you can basically make sure the price is kept rather stable. There have been people reporting that currently there is on Bittrex a sell wall, I think it was around 7,000 or so. That's about a sell wall about 60 million. The two sell walls I have figured up until I think about 10 days ago have been around $10,000 that you can see in the red colored column to the right, and on $20,000. That's what I call a sell wall, when it's like hundreds of millions. So the sell wall on just below 10,000 is roughly 600 million, and the other one roughly below 20k is around 400 million. And with that, I'm wishing everyone a nice day. I'm going out for a walk soon with my wife and our dog, and I'm looking forward to your questions and comments, and thanks as always for your confidence and trust in my research.